Hey, Doug here. I am a coach for real estate agents and help them grow their business with systems, mentorship, smart strategies, and things that actually work for their business. And today I want to talk to you about a super important topic, especially given the time of year that it is right now. And that is the biggest mistake that agents make at the end of the year. Because right now, most agents are either coasting or crashing, and you definitely don't want to be either one of those. So, wanted to jump on here and talk to you about that. Stick around to the end. The point five is going to be a very surprising one for most people, and I'm excited to share that with you. So, definitely stick around to the end and see, what we're looking at for point five. With that, so let's jump in. The end of the year is where winners in real estate definitely set up their next big wins. Everyone starts playing catch up in January, and we don't want to be one of those agents. So, if you want to make sure that you're not starting the new year January 1st and panic over how your year is going to look, then you definitely want to listen up because these mistakes that agents make are way, way, way too common. So, let's jump in. The first one up is a classic one. Agents hit cruise control. And I get it, it's the holidays. Deals are closing out. You're ready to relax. You've put in a lot of work this year. It's been an up and down year. You've had some wins. You've had some losses, and you're ready to just relax and enjoy the time with your family. However, the problem is your future business depends on what you're doing right now today. So most agents stop prospecting in November, December, and then they get to January and they wonder why they don't have a pipeline until February that's coming. So instead of coasting, you need to focus on planting seeds. Reach out to your past clients, check in with your sphere, start conversations that can turn into listing and buyers early next year. Don't wait till January to have those conversations. Take some time, relax, chill, enjoy the holidays, but stay on your business. Don't shut your business down in the last couple months of the year. Mistake number two that a lot of agents make, and this is a big one, they don't review their year. So you need to review what happened over the last year. Too many agents jump straight from year to year without ever looking back to see what worked. You got to take a day here before the end of the year and look at your numbers. Where did your business actually come from this last year? Which marketing channels actually worked this year for you? Which ones flopped? And then evaluate those. Why did they work? Why didn't they work? Did they work because you put the effort in? And did they fail because maybe you gave up too soon? Maybe you didn't make an adjustment, or maybe you didn't put the effort in. And be honest with yourself and track those things. If you don't track it, you can't improve it. So you'll end up making the same mistakes next year that you made this year if you don't look and evaluate what worked and didn't work for you and why over the last year. Mistake number three agents make going into the end of the year, they don't have a plan. I can't tell you how many agents just wing it every year. They say things like, oh, yeah, next year I want to sell more houses. But when you ask them how many houses, more than I did this year. Okay, how are you going to do that? I don't know. I'm going to double down on my social media. Okay, great. How are you going to do that? I'm going to post more. Okay, what are you going to post? I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. I got to plan that. That doesn't work. Your business plan doesn't have to be some 30-page document that is professionally written and laid out chapter by chapter for your year. But it does need to have clear goals, activity, and tracking. You need to know where you're going and how you're getting there. So setting SMART goals can be a great way to do that. SMART goals are specific goals, measurable goals, achievable goals, relevant goals, and they're time bound. So, for example, I want to close 24 homes next year. That's two a month, which means I need to have 10 active clients and 20 conversations a week. Boom. Now we got a roadmap. Now we know what the goal is. The goal is to have 10 active clients and 20 conversations a week. So then we can backtrack from there. We need to start with 20 conversations a week. And then from there, how many clients do we get from that? Okay. If we get our 10, awesome. If we don't, we need to up that. But we've got our roadmap and our starting point of where to go, and we've set a clear goal to follow. Mistake number four that a lot of agents make going into the year is they forget about their relationships. And the reality is they what they do is they shut it down for the year. They want to enjoy the holidays. the part that they miss is that the holidays are the perfect time to connect with your sphere and with your network. Not with a sales pitch, but just with normal human relational connection and gratitude. Send handwritten cards, drop off small gifts, post thank you videos. Relationships are the foundation of repeat referral business. So at this time of year, it's the easiest time to build that. There's all kinds of holiday get togethers, Halloween trunk or treats, Thanksgiving pie exchanges, Christmas parties, and cookie exchanges, and different avenues where it's not out of the ordinary to get a card that says, "Hey, I appreciate you," or "I'm thinking of you." Those are things that most agents aren't doing, but go a hugely far way in your business. So definitely take advantage of this time and build your relationships. Use the holidays as a springboard and as a reason to further relationships, not as a reason to shut down and just enjoy your time alone without furthering relationships. And then finally, as promised, mistake number 5, and might be the surprising one to hear. The last 4 are all about how you keep your business going. Don't slow down, don't shut down, those kind of things for the end of the year. However, mistake number 5 that most agents make is they're not recharging at the end of the year. Agents burn out completely, and that is a fact. It happens. Others slow down and they don't spend enough time planning and resetting. So they go into next year still worn out from the year before. And it just compounds and compounds and compounds until eventually they just can't do it anymore. So take some time to rest. Use that energy to get inspired again. Use that energy to plan what you want for next year, to set your goals for next year. Read a book, set goals for Q1 of 2024. Look at your systems and clean them up so they're ready to go. But definitely still take some time, rest, relax, enjoy that Thanksgiving dinner, enjoy that Christmas Eve with your family, enjoy that Christmas morning with your family, celebrate New Year's Eve. Don't go 24/7. Spend time on your business and don't completely shut down, but find some time to rest and recharge as well. So definitely don't make these mistakes. The highlights for this, if you've missed everything else in this, pay attention to this piece. Plan, connect, and stay consistent. If you can do that through the holidays, you will have a leg up on most agents out there. And if you, as always, if you want help with going through any of these or setting up your business plan, have a goal strategy call, anything like that, I'd love to schedule a free, no obligation 15-minute call to just chat and see how I might be able to help you with putting some of these things together for your business. And we can map out things together. Just comment below me with your biggest mistake that you made in previous years going into the next year. And I'd love to schedule that call with you. Or as always, there's a Calendly link in the description below. But if you got value from this video, please comment below and say something specific, that which mistake stood out to you and what your main focus is going into next year. Outside of that, I hope you guys have a great end of the year and that you finish strong. If I can do anything to help you, please, please, please schedule a call. I'd love to hop on with you. And until next time.